Hello friends, welcome to bisptrainings.com. My name is Sumit and this is my next video in Jython tutorial series. In this video, I will be going to tell you how to create a spreadsheet using Jython. Many times, a software application is required to generate reports in different formats, and mainly they prefer to prepare reports in Microsoft Excel file format. So sometimes an application is even accepted to receive Excel files as an input data. So for example, an application developed for the finance department of a company will be required to generate all their outputs in an Excel file. So we have got the data, we have collected the data, we'll be collecting the data from the clients, and then we would like to generate the data, we would like to store the data in an Excel format. So this can be done by Jython easily. But for doing the same in Jython or for exporting the data in an Excel file using Jython, one open source is required, and that open source called Apache POI. So first let's understand what is Apache POI, and then we'll see how to create an spreadsheet by using Apache POI. Apache POI is a popular API and it allows the programmers to create, modify or display MS Office files. MS Office files in the sense we can use Apache API, Apache POI to create Excel sheets, to create Word document or other Office files as well using Java codes, Java programs. And it's an open source library developed and distributed by Apache Software Foundation, which can be used to design and modify the Microsoft Office by using the Java programs, by using Java code. It also contains classes and different methods or various methods to decode the user input data or a file into MS Office documents. So Apache POI is a 100% open source library which is provided by Apache Software Foundation, and most of them small and medium scale application developed depends heavily on Apache POI. It supports all the basic features of Excel libraries, however rendering and text extraction are its main features. So the features which are available with Apache POI in the combination of HSSF plus XSSF is we can create charts, we can apply various formats for data processing, we can perform the data rendering by using print area, print spreadsheet, print workbook, print formulas and all, for importing and exporting for result sets, arrays, collections, and also it can support multiple formats. It can support in XLS format and XLSX format. So as required, we can use any one of them. So we need to import this open source. First of all, we need to download and set up the Apache POI on our local system. Then only we can use it along with Java programs or with Jython. So I have already downloaded. So first of all, the requirement for Apache POI is that first of all, you should have Java library installed on local system. Second thing is we need to set class path variable as well as path variable for Java. Third thing is download Apache POI and extract it. So I have already done that. I have already downloaded the Apache POI bin 3.14, and I have already downloaded, and here we have various jar files which we need to include in our Java, the same place where Java file has been included, or we can set the class path variable separately. So I've already done that. So let me show you that where I have set the class path. So by going into system properties, advanced system settings, environment variables, and if you look at the class path, I have already set the class path for the files. So let me open this. Yeah, so that's the class path I have set for the packages, and because I have already copied on my C drive in as a POI 3.14, so that's why I have used the same path here. And the files which will be requiring for this, So first of all is POI 3.14. These are the files which is required 3.14, and will be requiring POI OXSML, POI schema, and there is another file which is called POI OOX, that is called XML beans 2.60 zar, that will be available under XML lib. So that this file is required. So I have set the path, the system, the class path for same, as well as I have set the path as well. So, and in path, if you look at the path, I have already set the Java path. So if I show you this, you can look here. The Java path has already been set. C drive program file JDK bin folder. So once all the class path and the path has been set, it's time to move on and writing the code. So I'm going to use the Python interpreter for writing this code, because that will help me, or you can say the Python script editor, because that will help me to write the program in proper indentation. It might be possible that even after installing, even after setup the path, you will be getting some issues in loading the files. So for that, I'll be going to tell you how to sort out that. So first of all, from java.io and import file output stream. From java.util import date. From java.lang import system comma math, and I'm going to use system as well, import sys, because I'm going to set the system path as well, sys path dot append, and the location will be, the file location will be C drive and the POS folder. So that's the POS folder. So I copy this path from the location from here, and the Apache POS zar file. So the Apache POS zar file is the same file, POI 3.14, and that's the date. So slash dot zar. Next command will be from org dot apache dot poi dot hssf. Now you must be wondering, what do you mean by HSSF? So HSSF stands for horrible spreadsheet format, and it is used to read and write XLS format of MS Excel files, because we are going to read or writing the Excel file. So that's why I use HSSF format dot user model import star. Then from org dot apache.poi.hssf dot util import hssf color. I set the start time is equal to system dot current time and in milliseconds. So it will extract the current system time in milliseconds and store into start time. Then I'm going to create a new workbook. So I initialize a new variable, workbook is equal to hssf and workbook. B should be in small. So it's a case sensitive, so we need to be very careful about the case sensitive. File out, again I create a new variable, file out is equal to file output stream, and I'm going to create a file on my D drive, name as sales, let's say as in capital sales.xlx. Next I'm going to create three sheets. So sheet number 1 is equal to wb dot create sheet, and I give name as sheet 1, copy this, sheet 2, sheet 3, and I rename them sheet 2 and sheet 3. So the names can be changed as desired. It can be renamed. Next is I'm going to create a header style for the sheets. So we set style header is equal to wb dot create cell style, and then we set the style like font header is equal to wb dot create font font header dot set bold weight. So this should be in bold, and the bold will be two font header dot set font height in points. So it should be in 14. So that's the font size. Font header dot set font name alias, or let's say, sorry, Arial, not alias, Arial, and style header dot set font header. So we have set the header style. Then I set the styles. So we are going to create a style used for the first column. So style is equal to wb dot create cell style. This is for first column. Font, or it should be style 0. Font 0 is equal to wb dot create font 0 dot set color HSSF color dot red dot index, and style 0 dot set font, and I set the font 0 for the first cell. Then we are going to create the style which will be used for dates. So let me move it up, and I'm going to create a style which will be used mainly for dates. So I create a new instance, style dates is equal to wb dot create cell style dates dot set date format HSSF data format dot get bulletin format, and the format will be DD YY hours and minutes. So it should be in month, date, YY, hours, and Now finally we are going to create header. We are going to create the headers. So for creating the headers, I create row header is equal to sheet 1 dot create row 1. Then we set the values to it. So cell 0 is equal to row header dot create cell 0, cell 0 dot set cell style header. The style which we have designed here, the style header should be row. the style header we define here, style header I define, and then cell 0 dot set cell value. I set the value as name. Now in this cell I'm going to add numbers, so then I define for I in range, and the range will be 0 to 8 to 1. Cell is equal to row header dot create cell. It will create a new cell with the incremented value I plus 1. So it should be in double quotes, sorry, double brackets. Then cell dot set cell style header, and cell dot set cell value. It should be data plus str I plus 1. So it will store the incremented value. Next I'm going to define the dates. So for defining date, cell 0 is equal to row, it should be in cell 10 because we have total 10 column, 11 column, we have 10th column, so that's a cell 10 is equal to row header dot create cell number 9 cell, and in cell 10 dot set cell value as date, and cell 10 dot set cell style as style header. And finally we are going to add the values into it. So to add the values, again I start a loop for I in range 0 to 100 comma 2, sorry 1, and it will create a new row. So row is equal to sheet 1 dot create row I plus 2. Then again I start a new loop for j in range. So this will be going to create new row, and this will be going to create cell. So the next loop will be going to create a cell. So range will be 0 to 10 to 1, and then it will create a new cell. So cell is equal to row dot create cell j, and finally I'm going to fill the first column with the string, and then fill the next 8th column with the number. So I'm going to fill the first column with the string. So I'll define here if j equal 0. So if j equal 0, then cell dot set cell value product plus str of I, and cell dot set cell style 0, which we defined earlier. And now we are going to fill the next 8th column with the number. So I use elif. If j is greater than 9, then so either I can copy this, and if it is greater than 9, so it will be filled with the number. So it will be filled with random numbers. So that's why I remove this static text and specify math dot random, and it will be in the range of 100. And else cell, and finally the last cell will be filled with the date. So it will fill with the current date, and we set the style as well, cell dot set cell style as style dates, which we defined earlier. And finally We are going to create these summary rows. Summary rows. So row, it should be in row summary is equal to sheet 1 dot create row 102 sum style is equal to wb dot create cell style. We are creating a new style for this. We are setting a font for same is equal to wb dot create font. It is not necessary that you display the summary row, but I'm going to do that so that I will display the total of that. So sum font dot set bold weight, w should be in small 5. Sum font dot set font height in points, it should be 12. Sum style dot set font sum font sum style dot set fill pattern HSSF cell style dot fine underscore dots. So these all are customization. So if you want to remove, means if you want to eliminate that, you can remove it. No need to specify that. Some style dot set fill foreground color, and it should be HSSF color dot yellow. I'm going yellow dot index. You can use any other color as well. And to display this cell, sum 0 is equal to row summary dot create cell 0. Cell sum 0 is the dot set cell value totals. Cell sum 0 dot set cell style sum style, which we defined just now. And finally we are going to display the numbers. So to display the totals output, cell B is equal to row summary dot create cell at index number 1, and cell B is dot set cell value. We are going to use formula here, so I use style. I set the TYLE set style sum style, and I'm going to add the formula because I don't have the sum for that, so I use set cell formula, and the formula will be sum of B3 to B102, and it will finally we write the file. So wb dot write file out, file out dot close, stop time is equal to system dot current time milliseconds, and I'm going to print a message as well that POI generation took how much time to create this. %d milliseconds to create this file. This is just to present the time. So percent stop time and start time. These are the two variables which we have defined. That's the stop time, and we have a start time here. So we are going to display that. So that's all. Let's execute this code. So to execute this code, I'm going to save this file in, not in Python folder. I'm going to save this under Jython folder. So I save this and I write create Excel data, and the extension will be .py. I'll save it, and now to execute it, to run it, first of all switch to command cd \cd Jython 2.2.1, and here I pass a command Jython. The name of file is, it's create Excel data, and I pass the command here, create Excel data.py. So you see I got a message here. Earlier I was getting a message because I spell it wrong, but now once I spell it correctly, I got a message that POI generation took 568 milliseconds for generating the files, to generate this file. And now let's look at the file on my D drive, and the file name is the sales.xls. So look at the file sales.xls. That's the sales.xls file which is created just now. You can look at the properties of this file. This is created today, and if we open this file, we can look at the data. So on sheet 3, I look at the data name, data 1, data 2, up to data to date, and that's the date in date and hours and seconds. And product, from 120 products will be there, around 119. It's around 99 products are there because we range it to 99, less than 100. And the row range will be 102. That's why if you look at here in this formula, I pass at 102 because I know that it will be going to create 99 records. 102. So the final output will be displayed on 103 row, and the total will be sum of B3 is to B102. If we execute it, it will display as the output for this data 1. Similar way, we can display the output for data 2 as well, for data 3, and so on. So that's how we can create an Excel file by using Jython, using Apache POI open source library. In my next video, I will be going to demonstrate you how can we read the Excel file by using the same Apache POI library. If you have any queries, you can write to us on www.bisp20s.com. You can subscribe our YouTube channel if you want to know more about Jython from us. We'll be definitely sharing more videos, more interesting videos in Jython with all of you, so that you can gain more knowledge on it. Keep watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.